Hey guys. And he was kind of beating all around the bush, and he said the reason was because really the person he has back home is his fin-dom, and that she finally, and I was like, what? That's a thing?
But there's applying it, and then there's the actual action.
Right.
Like when you discipline a child. You tell
Keep going. And then when we do it, you gotta say, scissor me, daddy, like that, all right?
No, you know.
This is
Different.
not the fucking thing to do. Like,
They think that's normal.
I got you, like, buddy.
I can't.
Can't help her.
Minutes later, I see a pizza slide under my door. No contact. Like, I'm good.
You see the pizza slide under the door with the hands, and your fucking hand slam down on top of it and grab it.
We have an initial physical type of what we like to see initially, because our eye is always drawn to something. I can see a tall guy, big and broad shoulders, and I'm like, ooh, nice. But if he talks to me, and I'm be like, maybe not.
Okay, so Mike, until we get the rest of the guys in, do you want to start with your first question for us ladies? First of all, are you drinking a Capri Sun?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. First things first, what is happening?
Come on, Basic. Get it, girl.
Go ahead, Chaz.
All right, Mike. So I'm gonna bring you home. There's gonna be candlelight going down, and I'm gonna light this candle. Hold up. And then I'm gonna take off your shirt, and I'm gonna drip the oil on your chest. I'm gonna start rubbing it in.
Wax on, wax.
Yeah. Wow.
So much to unpack there. So much.
Yeah, it was so wild. Anyway, welcome to We Got Questions podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Hennessy, and I'm joined with us. I know, right? With my co-host, Ms. Basic One.
Hola, Mike. I just wanted to say something I didn't notice until today, and we watch it every time, and this is the first time I noticed it. Before I mentioned the Capri Sun, did you see how adoringly you looked at the Capri Sun? Like right before I mentioned it, just like, I'm gonna use my shot glass. This is the perfect example of the size differential.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So like Capri Sun, Mike's hand, right? And you were like this. You took a sip and you're like. You really gave it some reverence. You were like,
yo,
and this is the exact size difference right here. This is what the Capri Sun looked like in your hand. Perfect.
No, it did not look that big.
It did, but I just noticed it today how you looked at it. Like before I could even say anything about noticing that it was a Capri Sun, you looked at it like, damn, this is the best Capri Sun I may have ever had in my life. That's kind of how you looked at it.
It was not that serious.
You could have fooled me.
Serious enough that you might be right though. Because I looked at that thing like it was so good. Like at the moment as I'm drinking it, like I probably wasn't paying no attention. And you was talking to me.
You were like,
that was the part.
I was like, okay.
Almost.
I was full on talking. You had zoned out and gone into Capri Sun land. Like you didn't even care. I mean, just let us know the flavor so we can all grab one too. I'm just saying.
Okay. So look, we here for a reason. Anyway, okay, so Miss Basic One, what is our topic for today?
We're talking about social media and its effects on like dating.
Okay.
And I'm hoping like I really want to like sort of talk about it in two different ways. I want to talk about like how it has affected the way we date and meet each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then also how it affects our current relationships, you know, negative
Right.
and positive. There can be some positive things that come out of it too. It doesn't all have to be negative. I feel like, you know, a lot of people probably have great stories when it comes to their relationships and how they handle social media or people that they've met through social media. But I do definitely think that as socials have like evolved, it has definitely changed the culture of the not only the way we date, but how we interpret how our partner interacts with other people
Right.
and what our boundaries might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just starting it off, what is your views on this particular topic as far as social media and the relationship aspect? Like, how do you want to start this? Like,
I feel like it's all what you make it in both circumstances. It's of course there is not ever going to be any cookie cutter blueprint for what should and shouldn't be done, whether it be when you're meeting people or if you're meeting people, or how you let social media affect your relationship. What works for you and your partner is what works for you and your partner.
yeah.
And I definitely do think that it does, like, when it comes to you already being in a current relationship with some, it definitely does. Like for me, I have my own things that I might be bothered by that somebody else might not be bothered by.
Right.
Which is hopefully what we get to talk about tonight. Like, what are people's boundaries and how we approach those boundaries, and if they were things that we ever would have considered before, and if the same rules apply in the outside world as they do online. But I definitely have always said, and you've heard me say this, I think you've heard me say this in my lives before, it is so interesting to see how men approach women now. Hey, butterfly.
Oh, you know who this is? Okay. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
I know who this is. Yes,
it's always interesting to see how men approach women on social media.
Butterfly?
And I always ask the question, is this how you approach a woman, how you would approach a woman on the outside world? Like if you were walking in, hey, how you doing, lady?
What that? Oh, what's up, CC?
You don't know anybody tonight.
No. It was highlighted. I have to look over top it. I had to highlight it. Sorry. I know exactly.
But I definitely think I always ask that question. Like, is this how you would normally walk into a room and address a woman?
Yeah.
Or is this only how you address women when you're on social media? What's up, Davinia? Welcome back.
What's going on? Listen, I'm kind of just coming back to the world, y'all. The way I was sleeping today was wild, but I'm also sending out the stuff to people too. So good, continue. Gotta make sure everybody is watching.
That's all that I have. Do you want to bring up our guest and then we can get into questions? Because there is somebody who's just sitting out here waiting.
Oh no! I know. I got you
on the front porch. She just waiting on the front porch.
You know,
she's probably been ringing the doorbell for the past like 5 minutes, and she just we got her out on the porch.
She wasn't ringing no more. She was kicking at it. Like, it was different. You can hear that some bitch like booming.
Y'all, I'm out here. I know she had to be.
I can smell the burgers on the grill. Like, so all right, but we have our guest here. She hasn't been here in a little while because this is her first Monday off, probably, and then her next Monday off for a long time.
Wow.
But she came through just to hang out with us. It ain't necessarily got to be a serious topic, Six. But we're going to talk about some things, especially when it comes to social media.
Let's do it. How y'all been?
How are you?
Good. How have you been?
She had
Girl, I'm blessed and highly flavored, but I'm good.
She had a dope live today.
Yes.
And the last time we was here, we was kind of promoting it a little bit, but this time it's full blown been happening.
Oh,
so
man.
She has our what men want Mondays.
Better not mess it up. Go ahead.
I ain't messing it up. You messing me up. You got to hear how she promoted that. She make us sound like wrestling. Like she be like Monday night questions.
But I'll be promoting though.
Every single time. And I'm in that room. She just never forget to talk to me. So yes. Welcome in, Ms. Six. Like I said, the Monday nights, but it's on Monday afternoon, about 12 o'clock. She gears up everybody. And they talk about what men want. They ask us but she talks about what men want. She asks the particular questions. And it's funny because she's in there with a bunch of men, but she's collaborating the conversation with us. So sometimes it's not just a question. It's more or less her inquiring or want to know things about how we're thinking. Why are we answering it this way? Why are we doing this? And then she applies herself to it too. But it's also a space where just she creates it for just men only to be able to
Mhm.
talk. I'm just talking about today because it's Monday, but when she gives the men a chance to talk and express how they feel about the particular question that's being asked. She also does what women want on Wednesdays. Maybe you could join that one day, Basic. You'll probably like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We love to have you.
Yeah.
I would love to come.
It's just a free space. That's all. We
Yeah.
don't. Well, they do serious every now and then, but you know me, I don't try to be serious. But they make me, and since I'm trying to look like I know what I'm doing, I try to maintain the seriousness. So yeah,
Mhm.
but it's
Right.
fun.
I
I
get
learn
it.
a lot.
I usually
Yeah.
tell people I don't usually put on my serious hat for until Mondays.
Right? Who wants to do that?
Representative.
I'm just saying.
I
That's
save
a
my
fact.
serious thoughts. People will come into my lives on a regular basis on TikTok and they want to ask a serious question. I'm like, you need to save that for a Monday because my brain is not even on.
Oh my! I do the same thing. I'm like, today is not Monday or Wednesday.
Right.
This is Thursday. No.
This is not. We got questions. Bring that question. It was a young lady the last time, and she was like, "I've got a question. What if, girl? Not now.
Yeah, not
I
today.
don't mean to be.
Her
I
brain
don't
ain't
mean to
working.
be rude, but girl, this
Yes.
is. I'm
Yes.
over here talking about a movie.
Oh shit.
Right. Write that down and come back on Monday.
Right.
Yeah, no, we won't.
Write it down. I'll give you some advice then when I got my
Right.
serious thinking hat on because right
That
now is
part.
not the time.
Y'all
Right.
are too
Yeah.
funny. I answer questions. No, you're right. I just come in people's lives and answer questions. I ain't gonna do it for free. Like, and what I mean by that is just out here, just yo, Smith, what's going on? Just out here. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So,
Yes.
it was something else I was gonna say, relating towards this. Oh, everybody that's in the comments, if while y'all there, please like us, subscribe, and share it out to somebody. I don't care who it is. If y'all feel as though it's a good conversation, y'all see the topic. I left it down here for a little while now, so everybody can see exactly what we're talking about, social media and its effect on our relationships. But not what I actually see as I'm listening to this more, I'm just coming up with more stuff. It don't just affect who you have with your boyfriend, girlfriend. It affects your marriages, your relationship with your friends, your family.
Mhm.
And I do have a topic, basically, because I want to talk about that old social media, but you'll see what I'm talking about when I get there. Smith, I might revisit a time where me and you was on social media together and you did that gangsta ass shit by coming up with that nasty Smith thing. Yeah.
I'm afraid to ask. The fact that you said nasty Smith thing already sounds.
I was gonna say, I want to know. When he said nasty, I was intrigued.
No, we
Like,
was
tell me
kids
more.
we were younger. We probably was like 16, 17 years old. Trying to find out, trying to talk to women. And I asked him to create a name and he came up with the name Black Nasty Smith. And I'm like, oh, don't laugh now.
Oh, wow.
That's him right there. Remember I told you the story about Black Nasty Smith? That's him right there. And I'm like, hey man, we ain't getting out one single woman because wasn't nobody going to talk to no 16-year-old named Black Nasty Smith.
No.
Yeah, that was not
Black
a good
Nasty Smith in the building. Yikes.
What's going on, Kristen?
Black Nasty Smith.
I was,
Now we 38. It might work now with 6.
Yeah,
maybe.
possibly. I mean, I'll flirt with you, but that's far as it'll go.
Yeah. No, you should write it out exactly how you had this Smith sign. But anyway. No, but yes, we're talking about all the things in relationships with social media and how it plays factors. And I'm going to be as transparent as I can as far as it. I'm going to tell all as far as much as I can about how it was for me with things that was happening. Just try to give y'all as much as I can to, make sure that you guys are here. But anyway, like it.
Like and share, guys. Like and share.
Subscribe it. You know what I mean? If you don't subscribe, what is you doing here? No, I'm playing.
No, you did not.
Y'all don't want me to feel. Listen, I got plenty of pictures up here. I'll put my Will Smith picture up here. I got all types of stuff. But if y'all not subscribed to us and y'all not sharing it out, it's exactly how I'm looking at you.
Oh my. I'm
looking at you just like this. Basically looking at you like that too.
I think I look like that a lot. I think I actually probably look like that a lot.
Well, I subscribed a long time ago. So for you people who are just coming in, you're late. Do it now. Okay? Thank you.
There we go. There we
Just
go.
saying.
But yeah, if you guys
yeah,
can,
thank
you
you.
probably know somebody who you've had a conversation with this about. Because when I tell you social media rules, like it is such a common thread in our lives every day. We all
It is.
participate in it on a daily basis. It touches everyone. There's not anyone that it doesn't touch, right? And I think we've all either thought about this, been affected by this in some way, or we have a friend that's been affected by it currently or in the past, right? And I think this is probably one of the most common threads that I think I see all the time on social media, because because social media has become such a norm, everybody tells all their business on socials, right? And so we get to live people's relationships with them, and we live out all of their dramas and troubles with them. But for a starting point, I just kind of like wanted to touch on like how social media has changed the way we meet people, interact, and date. Right. I can say honestly, I have not personally done very much dating by going out places. I don't really put myself out in a lot of places. And I think it's just because of like, one, my lifestyle. Also, I'm an introvert and I like to sit in the house a lot. And there is an appeal to like the ease of meeting people online, right? But I think that that's also just because it's become a norm. And I'm not saying that I would always want to date people that I meet online, you know. However, I think it definitely makes it easy. But I almost feel like socials have become the place where people date, whether it be seriously or just for a quick hookup or just for flirtationships. Like this
Flirtationships.
Yes, this is what people do. Like this is what we do to keep ourselves busy every day. And it's more and more common, and you get to hear like how people are living out these relationships every day, like on socials. How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel like that it's becoming our new norm? Like, forget dating sites. Like, we've strayed away from dating sites. Facebook has their own Facebook like dating app. I always forget the thumbs up is going to come. Facebook has their own like dating app. People flirt and talk on Snapchat all the time because those messages disappear. Yeah. And people actively pursue people like on TikTok and Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that? Like, do you think that like it has devalued the way we date? Like, has it cheapened it because we're doing it on social media?
I personally think the only thing that it has changed is how, like, the communication part of it, because where, you know, I love it. Me personally, I love it. I only date offline, whether it be a dating app, whether it be TikTok, whatever, I date off of it. But I think like we don't know how to talk. Like men don't know how to approach you or talk. They'll just come and say, hey, I like you. I want to go out with you.
Right.
Okay. My DMs are open, and then they don't come in your DMs, but they'll do it like publicly. So then when you do actually get them to decide, then they don't even know how to have a conversation. Yes. So that's the only thing. I agree with that part of it, but I love it. I have some of my besties now. I met off social media. Me too. I do meetups all the time. At least I just come back from Atlanta meeting people that I socialize with all the time. So I love it. I think it's for the best because a lot of like I wouldn't know you guys. Right. Because you're not local. So it opens up the whole world. So it makes it much easier to meet people and all of that. So I'm down for it. I do think that when it comes to the dating aspect, we've forgotten how to ask somebody out. Like literally, hey, you know, I like you. Would you like to go out to dinner, or would you like to go out to the movies or whatever? We've forgotten how to do that. It's just like, hey, I like you. You want to hook up?
Yeah. I will say, and I'm gonna bounce this off of Charlene had said that it makes dating as an introvert easier. Yeah. I agree. Oh yeah. That's one of the benefits of it. If you're an introvert like myself, it does put an ease to be able to meet people because you're almost meeting them at a distance too. And like you can control how much you let them in. You know what I mean? There's a lot that you can control in that situation. Yeah. But also the other benefit to it is that it does open up the amount of people that you have access to. You're not just dating within your city. Now you're meeting people from different states and all over that you may never have met before.
Yeah.
One of the best benefits, go ahead.
No,
Well,
go ahead.
one of the best benefits that I like about it, and a lot of people don't look at it like this, especially when it comes to dating apps, you can actually read about a person and get to know about them before you even want to say hello, right? So if you're at a bar, you're out, you meet them, you absolutely nothing other than they just said hello, right? But on the dating apps or platforms like this, you hear them talk, you see how they move, you see how they dress, you see what the type of language that they use, if they can make a complete sentence before you even have to say if you want. So to me, it's so much better this way.
Heavy on the complete sentence. I can't stress. I'm sure I've said this before, but I need a man.
WYD.
Please.
Imagine if somebody actually talked to you personally, like, haha, WYD. Like,
I know. I'm like,
hey, what? Like, you just said this to me in my face.
Listen, the way I need to know if a man can string together a thought. Before, like, please, single mom working over 50 hours a week. It's definitely a huge difference. I get it.
Yeah.
That's the part. Is like, I think some people, and it's a good thing, but it's also like the ones that I feel like can kind of hinder it a little bit is the ones that feel like it is absolutely isn't worth it, and actually telling people that it's not worth it. Like,
right,
what are you convincing them of? Because it didn't work for you or it doesn't work for you. That's not a good thing, because this is one of the biggest examples. We're not talking about introvertedness. We're not talking about, and I'm not saying that she's not, but we're not talking about those aspects. You're strictly talking about being a single mother that works a lot of hours, that has a busy life, that can only maintain at this point a distance from a person because they cannot be physically in your face. Like, can we now look at that and say, oh, well, you don't need to date because you don't have time? No, she has time. It's just that her time is going towards something else.
Right.
That does not mean she doesn't have time to talk to you.
Right.
Some of the busiest people in the face. Yeah. Black, I used to love the dating.
I never tried BLK.
That's where I met Milan at.
I didn't like it.
That's where you met who?
That's where I met Milan at, on Black.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I know I have dated people that I've met off of dating sites. I've dated at least two guys off of a dating site. And I've just like had fun dating, like not serious relationship dating with like another one. But like I used to go on actual dating sites, but people are more and more, I think, kind of like not necessarily doing dating apps. It's more so meeting people through socials. And listen, there are plenty of successes as well as failures. It's going to happen either way, whether you're dating in person or like I have success stories. I have failures of stories, but like to bounce off what you were saying, I have met some of the people that I'm closest with in life.
Right.
On social media. Like Mike and I would never have met had he not come into one of my lives one time.
Exactly.
One of my closest friends in life I met off of social media.
Yeah.
But I never would have not had that connection or those connections had I not been on socials.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that like you cannot have real, true, genuine relationships with people. You just have to come to it with not only the same sort of application that you would when you're meeting someone face to face. It might have to be a little bit more strenuous because we all know that people can paint a picture of who they are on socials that does not actually reflect their real life, which is kind of like that's another part of what I want to talk about. Like I have seen, and I'm not going to name any names because I'm certain that most of y'all probably know who I'm talking about, because apparently this particular instance or situation
so I'm ready.
Became super public, okay? And that's all I'm gonna say, because I know that it was a very heavy situation for this person. I do not know all of the details. So I cannot say exactly what happened, and I'm not going to accuse anybody specifically of anything, but I will just give you the roundabout. There was an instance that had happened on TikTok with a gentleman who was dating another woman. And she decided to expose things that she felt like were untruths to her, that he was living a complete double life, and that he had built this relationship with her, and telling her one thing, and she had done lots of things for him and like invested in the relationship, and he was not the person, she says, he was not the person that he said he was. And the exposure, the lengths that she went to expose said situation was pretty detailed, like messages, like making phone calls, like on live to expose him. Like, I don't know if she necessarily did that, but I know that she said that she'd given him things. She had really like invested because she thought that this was a relationship that she was, could invest in. Like, she thought that this was a serious thing. And then she later found out that he had a whole other like relationship outside. And listen, here's one thing. If this is something that you're transparent with, and you, your partner that you're currently with, as well as the person that you're dating, y'all, whatever, however people choose to live their life is how they choose to live their life. It's the deception part was what was wild. You know what I mean? She chose to expose him on social media, which I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. Like, I always feel like not everything is meant for social media. Like, I don't know how I feel about doing full exposure of like personal issues that happen. I don't know how. I'm not an advocate of that, but that's how she chose to handle it. She put everything on blast. I know he had taken a little bit of a hiatus from what it looks like, and then he apparently had come back and in an attempt to defend himself, he was just trying to say that he didn't coerce her to do any of the things that she did. She did it willingly. That it was kind of like, he never made her do certain things. He never made any over promises. But I honestly feel like you can omit things from a situation and not be completely transparent. And a person might think that something is one way when it is not. And that might be the reason why they are so willing to give and do things, because they don't know the full concept of what, everything that's happening. But all that to say that people can, if you're not careful and you're not willing to do all of the work, you may not know fully what your situation is and what you're dealing with and who this person really is. And we almost have to do even more due diligence, but you have to do diligence when people can meet you in a bar and tell you they're somebody they're not.
Yep, I agree. We just had this conversation in my live this weekend or last week. It's the same thing. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, I need that energy," and I'm like, "Well, you can't get that. You can FaceTime now. Like, there's no reason." Like, I wanted to know what's the difference, because you can FaceTime, you can talk on the phone. So what's the difference in meeting them in person? They was like, "Well, people catfish, people this." I'm like, "Yeah, but they catfish you." You know how many women I've talked to who met a man in person and then 6 months later found out he was married? So
yeah,
what's
it can happen anywhere. It's all about you actually investing and figuring out exactly what is happening, because anyone can lie to you. Anybody can paint a picture. It might be easier to do it on social media because you have time. A person has time to portray and paint this whole picture of who they are and put on a facade. But it is our job and responsibility to make sure that we know everything that we are getting ourselves into. Okay. We have to be fully aware of all of the whole situation. And if we're not able or willing to ask the questions or find out, then we're really doing a disservice to ourselves. And if you can't, like, you know what is the right fit for you. You know what feels good for you. You know what situations you want, like, that you are looking for, and what versus you're not looking for. But you can't just go off of face value, not with anybody. Not with anybody you meet in person or online. You have to dig deeper. And with that particular situation, that was kind of like what she was saying. And what was bad was, like, it was other people who came and said that they had the exact same issue with this exact same person. And so it was just like one big live of like bashing a person. And listen, like I said, I can only say a lot of this is allegedly because I don't really know all of the personal details, but I just know how it went down. Like she came to expose him and other people came to like put an amen in it, you know, and like be like, yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Do I know this person?
Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised. They've been around for a while.
In the circle that I know?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, and one of the other things people say, well, with social media, people put, you know, it breaks up relationships. But social media doesn't break up relationships, whether it be a friendship or whatever. It's you, like you just said, putting your business on social media.
Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Are you? Close your mouth.
I'm lost in the sauce right now.
You okay?
Because I don't know what's going on, but I want to know.
Oh, because you don't know the person? I'll talk about it later. I'll tell you who it is later. I just don't want to put it like here because I like, just like I don't believe in it putting your business on social media. I'm not like, I also don't want to like try to put somebody on blast when I was not part of their situation. And I took no part in it. I could see it, like I saw it, but it was not my situation to retell and relive. You know what I mean? I wasn't there. I wasn't a part of it. I could see it because they made it very, very, almost to the point that it reached the blogs.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not 100% sure.
Like what is that one blog that is really big? Damn, I can't think of what it is.
Go to that private chat right there. Just say it.
Okay, hold on. Let me find
all 56 parts.
Oh, let me I'm gonna put his I think that's his name. It was something else different, but I think that's it. Do you see
all
it?
These faces in there now. We'll take a peek real quick. Go ahead, y'all be up there.
Now I'm not talking about Reese Tisa, and I know that might be what you talk. Reese Tisa made her comment, thing really public, but I'm talking about somebody else.
Are they supposed to be possibly making a movie out of it? Don't let T-Pain get his hands on it.
Please don't. He's my arch nemesis.
I've heard, but I don't know who that is. That's not who I was thinking.
Oh, okay, but yeah. So she made it public, and we making it public. Right, we making it public. Right. So I don't want to be like and honestly I can't. That's why I'm not mentioning any details because I can't speak to the details because I was not a part of it. But anybody with two eyes saw what was happening for the time period that anybody who was on social media when it was happening saw what happened. And it was just like, it's wild. And also, so, you know, she definitely had the way that she felt about it. He definitely had his way that he felt about it. He felt very played. And she felt even more played. You know what I mean? Like he felt like his name was being dragged through the mud and he was being portrayed as a horrible person. And she felt like she had been deceived and tricked. So, you know, there's that. There's also, I know of someone who met someone online, thought they were building a relationship, gave them a large lump sum of money to help them with something, like a large amount of money. Dude took that money and stopped talking to her.
It's wild behavior.
Oh, wow.
This shit happens all the time anyway, so.
Yeah, that part.
Took that large lump sum and bounced.
Called JG Wentworth and he's out. 877.
Yeah,
never even offered to give it back, which is crazy. Like, but the thing is, we do run the risk of these same kinds of things happening to us, like in real life.
Yeah.
It's not an isolated incident that has to do with social media. It's just we have to make sure that in this process of dating that we are doing our due diligence to make sure that we know who the people are that we're dating. And we can't just let what we see because they're posting videos or painting a certain lifestyle be the thing that we use to dictate who that person really is. That should not be our indicator for who the person really is.
Yeah.
I know another young lady, it's so crazy. Like it's
It's
stories
a
of
lot.
people who felt who they had met someone, the person portrayed a certain lifestyle to her. She thought that they had their stuff together. She wanted to like build a relationship with this person, posted them on social media, bragged about them like they were together, and she was constantly bragging about this person and how in love she was, and they made like all kinds of TikToks and videos together. Come to find out, dude didn't have no job, he ain't have no car, no nothing. Everything she thought about him was not real.
So I don't know the full details of it, but I want to say this: did she give up? Well, did she give him some yams?
Absolutely.
All right, so there goes the problem right there. Not
What do you
because
mean?
of her.
Yeah.
It's because this is just all people really want. They know this is what they really want. This is the ultimate goal. But when you got them homosexuals, they really be, they really be doing their thing out here. They will lie.
Yeah, but this happens in real life too, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is a truthful thing. Like, what's up?
It is not isolated to.
What's going on?
We just got a greater pool of homosexuals.
That part.
The pool of homosexuals are just larger now.
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
Face to face, they're local. On social media, you get them all over the world.
Yeah. So I wanted to say this, right? And we about to jump down that freaky rabbit hole. The men that come up in y'all lives, and now all of a sudden, like they make those sexual advances at y'all and stuff like that. I'm talking about strong sexual advances. Like, how do y'all handle that? Like, now this is the weird part. Do some of the advances actually turn you on a little bit?
So I'll just say for me, and I'll try to make this quick. Mike, I'm sure you've heard me say this before. I feel like in the same vein that when you meet a woman on the street that you don't say something overtly sexual to her, the same rules should apply if I don't know you and you just walked into my life, right? If I don't know you from a can of paint and you walked in and immediately over-sexualized me, I immediately feel disrespected. In any situation, whether it's in person and I know you or online, if I know you, it may be totally different what you say to me. If you make like some sort of like sexual comment and it has a lot of innuendo in it, because I know you and I know how to take it. But if I'm a stranger to you and you say something that's really weird when you walk in, I will ask you with the quickness, is that how you approach women in real life?
Yeah.
Like if you saw me in a room and you wanted my attention, would you say what you just said? Like, would you talk about, like, you wonder is that how you would approach me if you saw me in a room? Because I don't think it is.
So I don't really get it too much on that side of it because they know I'm going to give it back to them. So if you come into my live and anybody that knows my live, you come in there talking like that, I'm probably going to give it right back to you to the point where you're going to shut it down.
Right.
So... But I do feel like if I'm seriously, like if I was attracted to you, because I mean, anybody that knows me knows I flirt with every man. I don't care who you are. So when they come in, if I'm a little bit attracted to you and this is how you talk, my attraction for you just went out the window. I'm still going to talk to you. I'm still going to flirt I'm like, you're not somebody I want to be with.
Right.
So I get, no, it is not attractive. It is not sexy at all. Like I said, we're playing. And like you said, basically, if I know you, then I know you're joking around. It's cool because I know you don't mean it. But the guys that you don't know, that's not that's a no-go.
But even in that same vein, like I feel like there's such a thing as being almost like read the room. If that's not the temperature that we're on right now, if we're not
right
there,
on time.
Let's not read the room. Always read the room. If that's not where we're at, don't start talking extra and being overtly sexual. If you're talking about my body and we're talking about shit that don't have nothing to do with that, you own something else.
Yeah,
that motherfucker walked through the door like this, basic. Y'all talking about having a serious topic and shit like that. He was like, "Hey, y'all want to suck y'all titties? What's up?" He like, "Nigga, what?" Like that's how they come walking in the room.
I've had people come in and be like, "I wonder what that mouth do," or "I wonder like what it sound like." Ew. First of all, what the fuck are you talking about? Or people say things. Mike will tell you my lives can get crazy, and sometimes I'll have hundreds of people in there, and people will try to get my attention. And so by trying to get my attention, they say the most like wild and like absurd shit. And I'm like, you know what? Anybody who's been here before, I can be like, I can tell you're new because everybody knows that I try to speak to everyone who pops into
Right.
me.
Yes.
You do
absolutely.
not have to get my attention by saying something rude and over sexual because now I don't respect you and I think you're a weirdo. But if you were to just say hello, I would have said hello back and we could have built a friendship. And if you wanted to later flirt in a way that didn't feel disrespectful, then okay. But the fact that that's your initial thing that you say to me to catch me, you just look crazy right now. You look like a weirdo.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's how you thought that I wanted to be approached. What about me gives off? If we're in here, we're all talking about movies or something random. What about me gives off? That's the thing to catch my eye. Or while I'm talking to everybody, because you might know people be like, "Will you marry me?" All kinds of random stuff in my life. But they want to set themselves apart by saying something really crazy. Yeah, you set yourself apart, all right. You look like a weirdo.
Yeah.
You did in the worst way possible.
We did. We talked about it last night. Yeah, I don't know. I think some people are so socially awkward, they don't know how to have a conversation. And social media gives you that that window where you can say things that you would not normally say. The reason I love it is because there are men who come from me that would not speak to me out in the real world, as we say. So I love it. I have more options as far as that is concerned. But it gives people what do we call it? That internet courage.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, because they would not, honestly, I wouldn't walk up to Mike in a grocery store and strike up a conversation. But if he comes in my life, like, yo, Mike, what's up? I'm gonna have a conversation with it, and I'll talk to anybody. Right. So it does give that courage that they don't have in person. So.
Right, but it's all about approach. You know what I mean? In the same vein where, yes, you may have more courage because I can't see you, and you're sitting in the safety of your home, and you might feel more freedom to speak to me and ask me my name and show interest. Yeah. I can appreciate that. But in the same way I want a man to respect me in public, I would like for a man to respect me when he meets me online. If you are interested, like, don't be disrespectful with your approach. And that's all I ask. You can approach me. You can shoot your shot. I know that we all on here and we all have a little more courage because we all sitting at home. But like, it's about the way you decide to approach me. It's about the thing that you say. It's about, I want the same respect. I want you to, we may be like on this app and yes, everybody's competing. But if you can't figure out how to make yourself stand out other than being disrespectful, like that's the only way you can set yourself apart, that's not helping you.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
So,
but I also will tell people, hey, that might work in somebody else's life. Somebody else might really like that. And they may like that banter, but I'm just not the one.
So let me ask.
No, go ahead. No. You got the question.
No, I was just going to ask the question, like when it comes to friendships, like for me, I have met I could probably over 30 something people off of social media just doing meetups. So do you if I'm sitting in a live with you every day, and Mike will tell you, if he's coming in my live every day, we're interacting. He's always there when I go live. I'm always there when he goes live. How do you feel about wanting to meet them actually in person? This is not even on a romantic level. This is just on a friendship level.
I've met lots of people in person.
Yeah, because I hear people say, well, I ain't really trying to meet them. I'm like, but you talk to them every day. And I
feel like I understand that different people have different capacities of, or, what their level of friendship they want to be, and we're allowed to each have our own type of capacity of what we want versus what we don't want. While I can definitely see the value in meeting people because you want to build those genuine friendships, a lot of people may not feel comfortable with that or have that space. And they might find the safe space just sitting there online. And that should be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it should still be okay. I completely get the appeal of, you're my friend and I want to meet you in person because I think it'd be so cool to see what our energy is like when we're in the same room. If we vibe like this, online, we should be able to vibe like this, offline, right?
Exactly.
But I do also understand people who that might just not be for them. You know what I mean? It could be a source of anxiety, to meet somebody in person. So I just don't I feel like it can't be a requirement unless you as their friend feel like it's important to you, and you're like, hey, if we don't meet, then I don't really know why we're friends. But if that's not something that's a requirement for the two of you, then I feel like it could be perfectly okay for you to just have a friendship that doesn't go beyond those boundaries.
Right. So,
but I'm all for it.
I was thinking like what y'all were playing to what y'all were saying, like y'all had said something earlier about like the confidence booster that you get for being online as opposed to being offline. That's the gift and the curse to me. It's the ones who were quiet before that are now coming out to speak and feeling more comfortable in speaking, especially if they come in spaces where people are accepting them. A lot of people overrate people. I think we overrate ourselves big time. I'm just talking about in everyday life. Like when we look at celebrities, they get a massive overrating to us. And then when you look at somebody who might be a little bit popular, that's like that's like treating them like a celebrity. And with that, I feel like we do overrate people. So a lot of the times, one second. A lot of the times when we come into those, when we meet people online, you would never believe that you can talk to these people. You would never believe like, oh shit, I'm actually talking to her. And then don't let you find out she attracted to you too. It's like, oh shit, you just never knew that you had that opportunity with somebody. And it's like those are the things which y'all saying about confidence. One second, Leash. That's what y'all saying about confidence. That is a thing, you know, like when you bring that, social media brings confidence to people that has never had it before. But now, here goes the curse. Now they just feel like, oh, I got your attention. Now I can start really showing you who I am. I'm a fucking problem now. Oh, you like me? Once again, I'm trying to suck your titties. What's up? And it's like, damn, nigga, you done fucked it up. You done fucked it up, my guy.
What's so crazy is, again, I think it all comes down to reading the room. If that's the vibe of the room that you're in, go for it. Do whatever y'all like. If that's what y'all own, and that's what everybody's on that, do whatever everybody's. If that's what you feel comfortable with, yes. But please read the room. Like, don't bring that kind of energy in a room that doesn't warrant that kind of energy. But if you are in a room, because look, we all get on socials and have our fun and do our thing, and sometimes it's time to like get a little spicy and talk about whatever we want to talk about, and that is okay. But read the room. If we're not talking about that, we're just having a regular conversation, don't be a weirdo. If we're not all talking overtly sexual, this is not the time. This is not late night Demon Time Live. We have all participated in a Demon Time Live, okay? I know I have. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I know I have. But if that's the time that we're on, then that's the time that we're on then. But at 2 p.m., I'm just chilling in my life. We talking about random stuff like movies, and you come in talking about some crazy shit. We have it like, this is relax. Give it take a nap, give it a couple hours, come back. And see if we're ready to talk about. Listen, yes, I have participated in my fair share of Demon Time Lives. Yes, I have.
I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't never experienced that.
But like, there's a time and a place, and that's just the point. Like, there is a time and a place. But if we are not talking about that, just like act accordingly. Like, just not everything is appropriate all the time. And I don't think that that's something that is like too taboo for people to understand. Like, I don't think that takes like rocket science to understand like how to read a room, and that something might not be appropriate in that moment, that might be appropriate at a later time. Yeah. It's just a matter of like respect for the people who you're in the company of. That's all. I don't know, it's crazy to me. I do have like I don't know if TikTok does this for y'all, but they separate like my DMs, so I can't see all of my DM messages. They're like kind of filtered over into a separate message, like a separate area. Y'all, sometimes when I go and I look back at them DMs, I'm like, this is crazy. I had one man who consistently told me he loved me every time I went live. I love you, sir. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are.
I got one of them. Yep, come in and tell me all about his day. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I can't. You came by subscribers live for 6. We didn't notice. Wait, did I? Wait.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, she's talking about your special subscribers live. I did it, but maybe I need to come. The filter comments, crazy, y'all. Listen, there's this man who comes in my lives occasionally. I think Mike might know who I'm talking about because he came to one of our podcasts.
Wait, what? What happened?
Know who I'm talking about. You know him. You don't know him personally, but you know who I'm talking about. The guy who came to it was either one of my lives or one of our podcasts, and we were talking about adult things, right? And I'm a 42-year-old woman who's allowed to talk about.
Oh, the guy to be. Go ahead.
And
finish.
he came to my live like the next time I was live during the day and told me he was uncomfortable with the way that I spoke. Okay.
To him?
Sounds like a personal problem. He was like, he didn't like it. It made him feel uncomfortable. He doesn't know if he can show up. Okay. Don't then. I don't know if I can support your lives. Okay, then don't.
Yeah.
You can't support the podcast. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm allowed to talk about whatever I want to. And he still comes to he'll still come to my lives, and he wants me to call him by name, which I might have to just stop doing altogether because I think it's really weird. Because if I just answer him and I don't say his name when I answer him, he gets really weird. He's like, I don't know if you're talking to me. Maybe you're ignoring me. I'm answering your question, fool. Do you even know my name?
Wow.
Now you're being a weirdo again. I'm telling you, get the crazy stuff out in my lives.
Let me throw this in there, right? 2 things. One, before I go to what you're talking about, I'm listening to everything she's saying, y'all. Don't be trying to be smart in the comments. No, I'm playing.
Always lost.
No, I was on the phone just now. That's why I kept muting. I was on the phone. That's why I got a phone call. But that's why I kept putting my hand over my mouth like this. I was having a conversation.
I figured that.
Yeah. So 2, I remember exactly that day. I've never seen a person turn around and say, I'm disappointed with you. She's like, wait, who? I'm disappointed. The stuff that you were talking about, and I expect more from you. Like, wait, hold up, bitch. Like, you ain't even in the relationship. How the hell did you turn it in? Social media, once again, social media, he came in here ready to tell Basic and read her rights. And I'm sitting here like,
they think they own you.
They do.
Yeah.
Like
they think because you partake of them or you speak to them every time they come in or things like that, then at that point they think that, you know what, she belongs to me or he belongs to me.
Right.
Right. It's more than that, right? Like basically how that works is like it's policing of women. When you think that you, and I am going to put the definition of this some bitch up here in a little bit. A lot of people suffer from this particular thing. I feel like there's levels to it. And I know people don't like labels. They don't like certain things, blah, 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 blah. I have mentioned it in other lives. I have talked about it. My Bulbasaur, she right there. I've talked about it on her live. And I've talked about how people have suffered from this particular thing. We've talked about it too. Because I actually looked at it and I told it I think I have suffered from that a little bit, not knowing that's what it was. It's a word called limerence. Please, anybody, if you have a chance, please look that word up. But there's other things that go along with the addictive, obsessive tree. It's not just that. There's levels to it. So, like, when people think that you're in love with them and that you feel the same way that you do, that is a thing. A lot of people do it. They think that they have something with you before they even got anything with you.
Yep.
They have never met you, they've never talked to you, but they already think that that they take that, yo, you my wife to the head. Like they actually believe that you're actually their wife or you're actually their husband. And it's like, oh, she's in love with me. She just don't know it. I
was like that with Prince, but it was a joke.
I get a lot of that. I get a lot of that energy in my lives. Or people, one guy I had to just stop responding to because he would harass any random person that came in my life. Like Mike would come in, he'd be like, we don't want to talk to him. First of all, I didn't ask you who you wanted to talk to.
Yeah, I had one guy, he would always come in and support. Then he would slowly say that, I was like, oh, hey, because, again, I flirt with everybody. And then he started saying little things, and it was weird. And I was like, yeah, okay. Then he went in my DMs. And at first I was talking to him because he was a nice guy. But then the more I talked, the more crazy he got. Finally, I had to block him. I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
So I don't know. It is a thing where they really truly think they're in whole relationships with you.
Absolutely.
You don't know.
Or
I got something for you in a second, Six.
Or also even randomly how, and this has happened to me both on dating websites and also weirdly enough on TikTok. People feel like you owe them a response. You have to respond to their DMs. You didn't see what I sent you. Maybe I did, and if I responded to every person's DM that sends me a DM, it would be crazy. I can't do that. And maybe I didn't respond to your DM because I'm not trying to lead you on. I know what you're here for. Maybe I chose not to respond because I don't want to lead you on. So then you come to my live and be like, you didn't say anything. You're ignoring me. You're ignoring my DMs. Maybe take that as a sign. If I didn't respond, you don't have to come in here and try to put me on Front Street and be like, I ignored you. Yeah.
I had one recently sending me messages in my DMs, and I wasn't answering any of them. Right. And 2 weeks in, he goes, why are you not answering my messages? Please call me. And I'm like, I said, I'm with someone, thank you. And then he was like, oh, well, I'm in love with you. Yeah, he got blocked.
Yeah, it's like
different if he was cute, but
our level of entitlement that I think also comes with that courage that Mike was talking about, that comes from being like in the safety and comfort of your home and at your computer. You feel like you automatically now you have this new set of confidence that you probably wouldn't have in normal times, and you feel like you can tell a person, why haven't you responded to me? Why haven't you said anything to me? Why won't you call me? If I'm not calling you, trust me, it's for a reason, and you don't get to force me to. Let's just be realistic. I appreciate the fact that you're interested. I need you to know that just like I can say no in the real world, I can also say no here.
Right.
But if I'm not responding, it's just because it's also a no. No response is a no.
And that's exactly how it should be. That's exactly how it should be. And it's like I said, once again, you'll find many people. These mofos will they will start telling you they love you. They don't know you. Yeah.
I wish I could. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I went in Mike's DMs a couple times, and I was like, "Yo, Mike, what you gonna do?" I mean,
hey, yo, Mike, what's up?
I'm like, listen, we friends and everything. You have me on the show, and you come in my live. Like, what you want to do?
Now, see, what up? So. She ain't do not one particular event that she just mentioned at all. Not one.
Mike, are you sure?
You said, "Am I sure?"
Yes.
No, I don't do the. Well, I do, but I do it slick. So
I got a man who said, "I love you, basic," and the next one was, "I love you" with a lot of emojis.
Oh wow.
People asking where I'm from. Oh, they also, I guess because they replied to my story, they also then wanted to know where I was from and I was going to tell them. I don't mean to be random, but I was going to ask, can I have a love you, Jay, and a kiss for my birthday?
You did what? What you do, Smith? I'm confused.
Oh, slid in your DMs.
Slid in your DMs.
I'm telling you, I get the craziest stuff. I think
Have you gotten the ones you want to be my sugar baby?
I have gotten those before.
So I entertained it because I wanted to know what they would do.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, what I got to do. And he was like, yeah, you just got to go with me to this place and do this and fly and blah, blah. I said, all right, cool. When do we leave? And he says, well, first you got to send me $500. I was like, whoa. I'm like, yo, like if that don't sound right to me. I'm like, and so I played along. I was like, well, I'm broke. I don't have the 500. I said, can you spot me? And he stopped talking to me.
Can it be IOU?
I got something fun.
Wait, hold on, right quick. My one last one. This is a person who has no profile picture. Okay. Hey, how are you doing? If there's any way I can take you out and get to know you better, was on your live listening and just grew very fascinated with you. I'm not ugly or crazy or weird at all.
I'm not getting any of those things. Sounds attractive
I'm confused.
to me.
I'm just sitting here lost in the sauce with this motherfucker because I'm like, but you have nothing for me to see at all. Like, my thing
But
is,
he's
here we go.
cute.
We're here. We're here. If you're trying to do the social media thing, this is your goal. If you're here, because I tell everybody, it's time 6. You know how I feel about being in your lives and talking about dating and listening to everybody actively talk about how dating is a certain thing, but we're actively talking on a website where it could potentially be dating, but they don't understand that because it's this, or because they just it's a mindset that people still stick with to this day, and they're just used to thinking that it's on the streets, but you're on social media right now, possibly flirting with people online right now. It's confusing, but live the life because we're here. So in that instance of what Basic is talking about, buddy, if you're not ugly and whatever the case is, show it.
Do you at least have a profile?
What I'm gonna do with that great picture?
Right.
That's how it will go. I'll be confused. Like, what am I do with this great picture?
I found a sugar baby message. Hello, baby. Can I send you money? I just feel like giving out and helping the needful. Are you interested? And his name is Daddy XX782.
Can you repeat
I know him. He sent it to me.
Read it
too.
again. You said read it again, Mike?
That last part has me cracking up.
He said, I just feel like giving out and help the needful. Are you interested? He's a charitable man. Okay? He's just a good Samaritan.
He's a good man,
looking to do good.
As the needful.
Right.
I just want to help.
Not the needy.
Needful.
The needful.
He wants to help the needful and asked if I was interested. This is just a good Samaritan man looking to help people if they should happen to.
He chose you to be one of the help. Hey, send him, tag me in it and say, well, try her. She might want it. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, I never saw this one. Hey, cutie, how are you doing? Are you interested in being my text buddy and getting paid a weekly allowance? If I would have known it was this quick, this easy to make some extra money. He said no fee required. Wait. There should be a fee?
Yeah.
No fee.
You came to me, propositioned me, and there's no.
I operate everything through PayPal.
Oh, it's so crazy. But yeah, those are just some of the crazy things that I get.
Details and really want to be looked at as an actual option. Yeah. This is just how people live their lives. This is normal stuff for some people. So
so true.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Go ahead. Am I
pulling up the table now? Let's get it. We're gonna sit down and we all gonna enjoy ourselves. Yeah. What's up? We're gonna enjoy ourselves. So on social media, is there people that you see that you like? You looked at them on live and anything. And now, mind you, there's always that physical factor that everybody needs. But in transparency, is there anybody you just like, I'm about to take this motherfucker down if I see him?
Yeah. Yes.
Hell yeah. Every day.
This is for you, Six. This is Six. I feel like let a nasty dude talk to Six a certain way. That shit in my mouth.
Yes, that's my baby right there.
Six.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it. No, I see. I mean, if I'm going to be honest and real, a lot of the men that come through, absolutely. I'm like, I wonder what that do. However, I'm not in that phase in my life. But I do be, it's been quite a few of them. How you doing?
Right.
I ain't ashamed to say it either.
In my TikTok lifetime, I've seen plenty of them people.
Girl, it's fine. Listen, I don't know about your life, but the men that come through mine, married and not married, pastors and not pastors. Okay.
Right? Listen, I can't say that though. Not all the time. My life be kind of crazy. Every once in a while, I get a good gym.
Girl, I get at least one a day and sometimes multiples. Men, y'all, get your minds out the gut. I wasn't being nasty. But no, the men, because I'm a beard connoisseur. So like when they come in at the bottom.
Basic, but this is for 6 today.
Yes, yes. Oh my God. They're so nicely trimmed. Oh, I think I just had a moment. Whew. But yeah, so when they pop in at the bottom, you see their picture. I can't see crap, but I see that face, and I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? Nice beard. And they're like, who? And I'm like, he just came in. Oh, we missed it. Like, then when I speak, they'll say something like him, or I'll pull his profile up. Yes, I check profiles of bearded men. I love it. So yeah.
Listen,
yeah,
I'm going to let you know. I have a family member that just recently got catfished by a bearded man.
Well, he took that bitch off.
I think I did. She thought she was talking to said bearded man. But what's so crazy is, and we might have to do a whole separate topic on this, because what this did make me realize is that there is definitely a demographic of people who may not be so internet savvy that they cannot pick up on what is obvious Photoshop.
What? But
okay.
That's what.
How long did she talk to him?
I want to say maybe a month. But she was very excited about the potential of what this could be. And he had sent her some photos that she believed were him. And my mom had shown the photos to us. And my first response was, that's not real. That's not a real picture. That's not his head on that body. And everybody was like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. Is that's not that head on that body. Like that picture, there was a couple pictures that were an actual picture. And then this one particular picture was not. And automatically my red flags went off, right? I decided to do a reverse search of one of the real pictures. I found the actual person that picture belonged to. He was in no way, anyway, close to the personality or identity of the man that my family member had thought that they were speaking to. And then when we told her, because I was concerned and I didn't want her to get, get fooled anymore. She still didn't fully understand. And I think it's just because it's a lack of education, honestly. It's a lack of knowledge of what happens. But she thought he was just lying to her about who he was and that he was actually this person. And I was like, no, you don't understand. You're talking to a man, but that man is not this man. It's not this man over here. It's another man who has taken this man's photos and is using them for himself. That is what's happening here. And I don't want to show y'all because I don't want to put it out.
No, you had that picture. No, you gotta say that shit.
It's still super sensitive. But when I tell you the second picture that she sent me, that I literally screamed out loud because I was like, ain't no way. Y'all, the fact that was not a dead giveaway in itself to her that he wasn't a real person. I don't know. But I think it's honestly, it's a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of exposure. She did not know what was happening. Luckily, I was able to catch it for her before it had gotten too far. She was still in the introductory phases of it, but she just didn't know what she was dealing with. And she had not been familiar with what Photoshops look like and that enough for her to be able to pinpoint it. But I think there's and my mother didn't even see it. Like she didn't even recognize that it was one.
Rule of thumb, and this is one of the biggest things that I tell women, because I had a friend, the man got her for all the money. She got mad at her family. Her family was trying to tell her, this guy's scamming you. And she was like, no. She sent him money He sent her back receipt saying, "Oh, I'm trying to send it back to you. Here's the receipt, but it's not coming through." She believed him, soaked her completely dry. But one of the things that I do, because I do so much social media dating, within the first, as soon as we exchange numbers, we need to FaceTime.
Absolutely.
And if you can't FaceTime immediately with me, I'm not, because there should be no reason why you can't turn your camera on and have a conversation with me. If you can sit and talk to me, you can turn your camera on. Then I'll get, well, I have an iPhone. Well, you have a Galaxy. Okay, fine. We can go to Duo Meet. We can do to Snapchat. There's no excuse. There's too many platforms where you can FaceTime. So for ladies who are doing that, and I know it's a little bit off subject, within that first phone call, FaceTime. That's a great way to find out if they're real or not.
Absolutely.
It just is what it is. So you're right. A lot of people are educated because this is, I don't want to say so new, but let's just say so popular now. Definitely do your homework on knowing what to do and how to do. So that's really important. So you won't get catfished.
How long was she unwillingly single? Because it can make people fall for the worst scams for a long time, a very long time. And I think she's now at a place where she wants to find companionship. And I think maybe there's an eagerness to it and hoping that she's finding a genuine person that is making her possibly overlook the things that she should be looking for. This is not the first time that I have felt. My mom says I'm a skeptic, but I feel like in today's day and age, you have to be. I tend to think of all the possibilities ahead of time. And if your story sounds a little too good to be true, 9 times out of 10, it's too good to be true. You know what I mean? When your story is pumped up and filled with like all of the best possible things in the world, like all of the optimum things that every woman is looking for, but you own I don't know what's one of those dating websites, Coffee Meets Bagel or whatever, but you have everything in the world going for you, like beyond everything in the world. Like you're the most successful man, you make tons of money, but you haven't been able to find nobody. You're now on this free dating website, sir. Come on, I need you to. You a president of a company? Come on, I need you to let's not. You're not looking for nobody on here, and you definitely ain't looking for my average ass. So now you want me to think that you own 10 buildings, but you want to date me.
Right.
Okay.
So here, like when it comes to obviously the iPhone part and the dating and getting to know someone online, as far as that aspect, yes, I feel like when it comes to that, great pictures ain't going to be smart. Like you don't have great pictures trying to flirt with people. Somebody has to see somebody, they have to be able to make that judgment if they want to continue to talk to you or not. If you don't look what they need you to be, like I said, I'm not going to put myself in position, and I said it on your live earlier, 6. I'm not going to put myself in position to date Smeagol because they got a good personality. I'm sorry.
Right.
If you look like Smeagol, I'm not talking to you. It's no disrespect at all. Like I know some people are probably gonna be like, well, it's the eye of the beholder. It won't be my eye. That's the part. It won't be my eye. I'm not being mean. It's just that you got to be easy on the eyes. Like I'm making this absolutely sexual as much as I possibly can. If I'm on top of you,
come on,
and I look down at you,
come on. I don't want to close my eyes, Mike. I don't want to close my eyes.
I don't want to close my eyes. That's the whole point. I'm not trying to imagine shit.
Ooh.
If I'm trying to put this fluffy, this is my cat. I'm sorry, basically.
Here we go.
If I want to put this body like that, and I'm looking at you like that, and you look up at me and you look like you, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I just cannot do it. You got to be easy on the eyes. So I need to see that picture.
Mike, what about the personality though? What if the personality makes them cuter?
Like I was saying, right?
Wait a minute, you've never dated a person who was not facially cute, but yet they were so sweet and so nice, and you grew to like them and they grew to be attractive? I've had that happen.
They grew to be attractive?
Yeah, I dated a guy. Facially, he
Okay.
was not attractive, but he was a good dresser and he smelled good. And he could dress. Like he could dress. So as we dated, like facially he wasn't attractive, but the more I talked to him, the more we went out, the more attractive he became. So
Listen,
I'm trying to think if I've done that before.
listen, it happens. I'll put it to you like this: all of us had our stage in our lives where we probably wasn't, or at least that's what I feel. You wasn't as
oh
attractive.
no, I've been fine all my life. I don't know what
No,
you
no,
talking
no,
about.
no, no. What I
No, I
mean
know.
is,
I'm joking.
I'm not saying in that. I'm just saying, like, at a point in our lives, we probably had something that we were
Mhm.
just like, it was just an inner thing. It wasn't an exterior, like other people were feeling that way towards you. It was more you towards yourself. Like
Right.
some people, like if your hair ain't right a certain way, or maybe if you got a cut above your eye that's making your appearance a little off, like you feel some type of way, like to me, I'm just like, yo, like, yeah, everybody has their glow up point in their lives.
True.
And some people just evolve into a
Until
From an ugly duckling to the beautiful.
they
No,
bought,
not
they turned
not
into
that.
the ugly duckling. Damn.
So people grow and they go from looking like this to a cuter version of the ugly version. Like,
Oh wow.
Like when those fuzzy feathers came off, it was still ugly.
I mean, yeah, basically. And it wasn't me being mean. I'm not judging. I'm not saying people are ugly, because ugly is a more or less, that's an end thing for me. That's within. Attractive though is the part. It's the
Okay.
attraction part. Like,
That's why I was
can you
saying
imagine
that.
if
You
you-
have not had anybody with an amazing, attractive personality, but maybe their face was giving slightly gremlin.
it ain't gonna happen, basically. That's just point blank. Period. You just, it ain't gonna happen. She tried to
She
slide
said
it over to
slightly. She
I know some
did
people
slightly
want me to-
gremlin.
Their face could have been like slightly gremlin, but they had like amazing personality. Hey,
What's wrong with
hey. You ain't never had that, Mike? You ain't never met a girl? not Benjamin Buttoning. You ain't never had that, Mike, where a girl was like, her face was just like, okay, I won't say gremlin-y. It was like off-putting. Her face was off-putting, but her personality was amazing. You wouldn't have given her a chance. What if she had the best friend, smart and nice? No.
All right, so
So she got a banging body, like
Right.
body is
woo!
bang. And the face comes in, and the face is like not as pleasing to the eye as the body.
Right. The face looked like, I don't even know.
So
I know a
so
lot
attractive.
So,
I know a
real
lot of
quick,
men do
Six,
that though.
if
I
you
know a
want to
lot of men
join,
who only care about the body and they be dating gremlin looking ladies.
oh, they love them.
They be
Nothing
giving
wrong
gremlins all the time of day just because they body
Yeah.
look good.
Six, in case you want to join and see what's happening in the comments, there's a button that's in the, or something that you could press on your screen that says join the conversation or something.
Chris,
like
me
that.
too. Chris, me too. I was a gremlin earlier today. I only got to this just before the podcast time came. I was a gremlin from 9 to 5.
I don't see it.
And after 5,
It's in the right corner, top right corner.
I ungremlined.
Sorry. You ungremlined.
Yeah. I was a gremlin from 9 to 5 today. And then ungremlined for the podcast. I was a gremlin between the hours of 9 and 5.
It's
And
cool.
then
I don't see it.
I'm
I
just
put
sitting here
a
letting
little
y'all.
blush on.
She said that's a
And a little lip
butterface.
gloss. A little blush, a little lip gloss, a tiny bit of concealer under the eyes, ungremlin.
Listen, I was doing my hair and I said, let me stop and try to look a little bit cute because I forgot about the show that quick. No makeup. This is me. I put a little lip gloss on when I leave out of the house, but if I'm in the house, I'm sorry. That's what you're going to get. Period. I'm a gremlin all the time. So.
Right. 90% of the time, y'all probably gonna get gremlin from me. Y'all probably gonna get gremlin. Don't mess around and throw some water on me.
What's gonna happen? They throw some water on you.
Girl.
Okay, you might go full gremlin on y'all, all right? Don't mess around with us and multiply real quick. I can only talk to them for a few minutes. I enjoyed the walk away and the view, though. Listen, I think I might have dated one guy that might have given unattractive vibes. But it was so funny because he wasn't unattractive to other people. He was just like not that as attractive. He wasn't ugly, but he wasn't that attractive to me. But I liked his personality.
He had a strong personality.
I just thought he was a nice guy. He was fun time.
He was
He was fun to hang. Yeah, he was fun to hang out with.
Did you give him some
and it made him cuter. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you give him some yams?
Yes, I definitely did. 100%. 100%. I have met a guy that was not extremely like a pleasing to, like, he wasn't a guy that I would normally go for, or I'd be like, oh, he's so fine. But I knew him. I learned his personality, and he was a fun time. Like, he was real cool, real smooth with it. Yeah, definitely talk to him.
So y'all some gremlin pleasers. Got it. I got you.
Hey, sometimes you can boost up looks with personality, right? That's all I was trying to say. You ain't never dated a who kind of gave gremlin, and then but she had.
So you think I'm supposed to just smash this right here?
Right. Look, that was me earlier today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. She fine though. She fine.
She don't harm.
If you close one eye and squint the other one, that woman attractive right
you
there.
You just gotta be like this.
Mm-hmm.
If I gotta do all that, then it ain't worth it. What's going on, Rachel?
Hey.
Welcome in.
Okay. Mike, unless you have something else, we're gonna get into the more serious part.
We already was in the serious part.
That was not serious? That was serious? I feel like that was like borderline not serious.
All the other stuff?
Yeah. Okay, then we'll just do it briefly because I have a feeling that you want to take it to the gutter. Am I right?
I'm always in the gutter, but go ahead.
Okay, we'll just do this super quickly because I know Mike likes to take it to the gutter. Okay. Has anyone ever had social media cause problems in their relationship?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
Oh yeah, big time.
What happened, Mike?
So I remember when me and my daughter's mom first started dating.
Mm-hmm.
It was a particular woman that I kind of had a crush on her. I ain't gonna lie, I did. But me and my daughter's mom was in the first part of our dating. The only person that really know my life a lot of the times with my daughter's mom is my cousin Ray, or my cousin Laval that's in here right now. He knows a lot of things because I was around him when I was with my daughter's mom. Back to I ain't had a card, no nothing. I'm just talking to this woman. Just I don't know how I was doing it, but I was doing it. So there was another woman that I used to talk to all the time on there. I remember in the MySpace days. This is how you gonna know this shit is funny. I had my daughter's mom in my top. She was in my top. It was top 8 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
The other girl was in the top 8 somewhere in the list.
Ooh. Okay.
And back then, that was a way of being direct. Like, hey, yo, like, why this person in your top 8? I did everything. Was like, well, she cool people. She this, she that. I was creating beef. But the woman wound up passing away not too long after that. So
oh no, that story took a turn for
we already had a serious problem, so let's just be here. Now let's make it deep and serious. No, I'm playing. Yeah, she did pass away, but it's like, you know, I made a great decision by continuing with my daughter's mom because I wouldn't have my child, you know. I wouldn't have the experience that I have in life, you know, without.
But like, why was it a problem? Is because did your daughter's mom know about this?
She knew. She seen the top 8.
Oh, and she asked you about it?
Uh-huh. And she knew that she wrote on my wall before. Like, oh hey, I just was thinking about you. Like, oh shit, I can't delete this fast enough. It wasn't no cheating stuff. Like I didn't sleep.
Right. She just knew there was interest.
Yeah, just you know, it got real with that, and yeah, that was one of the biggest times. But it has played issues in other relationships too. My ex-girlfriend from a couple years back, well, about 5 or 6 years ago, someone that liked me, she came into that relationship. I've never met this woman. It was one of those online, met you on Planet. What the hell's the name of that? Plenty of Fish. There we go. I'm about to say Planet
Okay.
of Fish. You should have called it Planet of Fish because that shit, there's some catfishing
Mhm.
on there. But so I met someone on there, and we just was talking. Never met each other. Never did nothing. Never did a damn thing. She was like, I didn't know she was crazy. And my brother will tell you, my older brother used to call her, what was the name of that movie? Thin Line Between Love and Hate. He was like, yeah, that's like Thin Line Between Love and Hate. She gonna do some shit and have your ass locked up or something like that. Like, yeah, that's how crazy she was. Like, and I remember I stopped talking to her, and I was with my ex at the time, and she messaged me like, oh, I seen pictures of you and your ex, and I'm saying, looking like, the fuck do you want? That's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, yeah, this is we together, blah blah blah. So this woman comes in. She sends my ex messages not too long after she finds about sending my ex messages like, yeah, we still talk and we had sex and all this other, like, just lying her ass off. Now my ex don't trust me because she don't really know. Like, me and her was kind of newer into our relationship, but like, if you got a woman coming on there trying to do some old goofy shit that's trying to get you into a situation, So yeah, social media has been a problem for me at one point. When it came to that, I was like, yo, yeah, it's just not, it's not gonna happen anymore. Like, this chick is I don't know. It was that bad. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever how do y'all feel about your partners like liking other people, like other women's posts or other men's posts if you're both on socials? Does that bother you?
Okay,
Doesn't bother me. Yeah. That
Is
doesn't bother me
there
at all.
a line that can be crossed that feels like it's too much? Like commenting.
That's the part.
No, yeah, you can comment, but I think it depends on the comment. Like, it's okay if like, I'm not a jealous type. So if he's like, oh, she's beautiful, and he's, oh, this is a beautiful picture, whatever. But it's how you comment. Like, if you seem like you're thirsting after this person, then that's totally different. But I'm not a jealous type if you give me reason to be jealous, we ain't gonna be together too much longer after that.
Right.
So I don't, certain things I'd have to see it, and then too, I got to see how you moving, because if you like hiding stuff, like you make a comment down, like, oh, I see you made a comment on so and so's post. Yeah, I told her she had a pretty picture. I don't mind that. It's like, okay, you just said that. But if you're like, what? No, I didn't make and you acting all like you done, then I don't trust you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolute sense.
My kid's dad convinced his ex not to have a baby. They conceived a few years back, and so when we got pregnant with our first son, she was all over social media being smart, and I had to deal with it. Dang.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. Welcome, Craig. Craig said, I made it.
What's up, bro? How are you? Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm with someone, I'm probably gonna be don't get too crazy with your comments, okay? And also, even though I don't believe in policing how people let people respond underneath their comments, I'm probably in my head gonna be like, she need to relax. She need to just sit down and relax. Please don't make me act a fool. Please.
First of all, I can see one of your eyes starting to shrink. Like,
don't make me get crazy.
You know when that one eye starts shrinking, it's like,
right. Don't make me get crazy.
Remember we talked about something earlier, 6, and we were talking about intimidating and certain things like that. The question to me was very like, and Tawanda, that was a good question that she asked. I think that there's certain things that will intimidate you from women. That little eye always gets me. I don't know why. That little eye is intimidating. It's probably because you have a mother that has made that little eye before.
Yeah.
And when you were a young boy and you looked at that little eye, it meant something.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's why I was like, I agree. The dopest part, and I like I said, I love all women, and that's the part, like, we get into our own and we start treating people different. But that's the dopest thing, is like, I can take things about a woman and say, yo, this is what makes y'all dope, is that y'all have your ways of being able to censor somebody or to ground somebody a certain way where it isn't like you're trying to be their mother or some dom or some shit like that everybody wants to throw out there. It's not about that. It's just about the assertive nature that can make a person bow down a little bit. Like, okay, I'm falling out. I got you. That doesn't mean
I
that
know
you're.
I can have a look.
I
can definitely give a look in a heartbeat. That'll be like, relax, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
If you get that look from me, you about to be single, or at least I'm about to be single.
Okay, like don't make me have to say it to me. And I just feel like if I should read a comment that makes me feel uncomfortable, if I can't say to you, this makes me feel uncomfortable, and you aren't receptive of it, then that's when we have a problem, right? Because I'm not crazy. When we get into relationships, that doesn't mean that we turn blind and we can't see an attractive man or woman. We're not blind all of a sudden where we can't recognize what attractiveness is, or that someone, can be appealing to the eye. It's how you handle that situation. And if you are my man, don't have me looking crazy by being extra under other people's under people's pictures. Like, don't do that. Don't have me looking crazy. Don't make me feel away, because while I understand that you might find this woman attractive, and I don't expect you to go blind, and I get that she's pretty. I see her. I can see that she's pretty, but don't do so much that it makes me feel uncomfortable, or it expresses that you might be interested in something more like that. Right. That's the kind of stuff that I would feel uncomfortable with. But I also want to be able to talk to my partner and say, this is something that makes me feel uncomfortable. And hopefully, because you respect me, and I'm sure you might have things that you think that you don't want to see from me, hopefully you'll be receptive of it. And know and understand that I'm not expecting for you to not see people. Like, I see people and can see they're attractive. I'm just not going to disrespect you.
Right.
So
no, I love it. I love when people appreciate my person. I do find it attractive. I do find it a turn on, because yes, that's all mine. Y'all see it. That's mine. Yes. However,
look but don't touch.
Right. However, don't get crazy. You can admire him. I'd be surprised if you didn't. But don't get crazy, because now I gotta get crazy. You get crazy, now I gotta get crazy, and now we all crazy.
Why you gotta look crazy? Like, you gotta look crazy.
She said it's about to go down.
Bitch, nigga.
Now we all crazy.
Like,
now everybody crazy. I love with the idea that somebody might be attracted to my partner and they see what I see in him. Yep, and that's all me. Just don't get crazy.
Don't be disrespectful.
Don't be disrespectful. Exactly. You can admire him. I get it. I see it. That's why I'm with him. Right. We go right. We gonna match energy. You want to get crazy? Guess who about to get crazy?
Whole room about to get crazy.
Okay. I'm about to trump your crazy. I'm like, I'll raise your crazy with more crazy. How about that?
That's the Puerto Rican side of basic right there. That's it.
I'll see your crazy and raise your like whatever the poker term is. I'll raise your crazy. Okay, I can do that. Like, yes, I get you can admire him. I understand, because that's why I'm with him, because I see what you see. Just don't be disrespectful. That's all. Look, don't be disrespectful. That's all I'm saying. Don't get crazy with it. Relax. Relax. You can compliment him too. I don't blame you. Don't get disrespectful and don't get crazy.
So, if you have any advice to give to people that are doing the social media thing, we're going to use you 6 people that are doing social media and stuff like that. What advice are you giving them to, like, doing this social media thing? Like, are you telling them the positives of it? Are you telling them negatives of it? Or are you looking to just help them grow, like, within it itself? Because you have a good understanding for it, and it's like, you know how I am. It's not about an age thing, but I do look at people you're around your age that sometimes have a problem with social media, but now it's not they have a problem with it, they just don't understand it, and they're learning it as time goes on. They can see the issues that they have with it, but like, you as a person that's representing people in your age, like, they see your happiness, and that's one of the biggest things I feel like people gravitate to you for, is like, if you were on the same page they were on, it'd be a whole different type of situation. But you're not on their page. Like a lot of them are there because you are like, no, I do this. So they look at the young soul that you have in you and they are mesmerized by it. So what advice would you give to a person that is like maybe of your age bracket that is now like trying to figure this thing out, and maybe like when it comes to social media and probably dating, like what do you tell them? Like,
So as far as dating or just being on social media,
all of it, yeah.
I mean, I came to social media because I had just got out of a horrible relationship, divorced after 12 years, and I was depressed, like just being honest. So I came to social media because I love to laugh and have a good time. So I didn't look at it as a job or anything like that. I just looked at I want to have a good time. I want to meet people. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
So you have to have an open mind. What is your purpose for social media? Some people want to do it for their business. It's great for it. And I'm like, if you got a business and that's why you want to get on social media, then absolutely do that. Some people get on here because they live alone. They want to socialize. Then do that. But also in doing that, don't get in your feelings about everybody. Everybody's not going to like you, right? And you're not going to like everybody. So my biggest thing is, the motto, if it don't apply, let it fly. That's the best advice. When we're having conversations, in my life, people come in and say crazy stuff. I don't need mods because they'll come in and say a statement and next thing you know, they're gone. I paid it no mind. I don't get in my feelings because when I hit that little X and close it up, I go on and live my life. What you said to me makes no difference. So as far as that part of it, whatever reason you're on there for, embrace that and go with it because people gonna say stuff. They're just going to. As far as the dating part of it, I love it. I've met some amazing men off TikTok. I did Plenty of Fish. They weren't so great over there. But anyway, child. I have been dating on social media probably since my divorce. So I divorced right before COVID. It's been so long now. I don't even know when COVID hit, but I separated like a year before COVID. So I've been doing social media the entire time and it's just been amazing. And even in the dating process, have your standards. Of course, we already know that. But when you're dating on social media, like I said a few minutes ago, if you meet somebody, if you don't meet them in a setting like this, then make sure that you do a FaceTiming thing. Once y'all decide to exchange numbers, I feel like that first call should be a FaceTime. That's just how I move. Because then you don't waste a whole lot of phone calls to find out they're a, catfish. Right. So if you make that first phone call and if they say, well, I can't do it right now, but can I call you back later? Then that's fine. I get it. He may be in a position where he has a job where he can't turn his camera on, and I get that. So give a time limit for it. If it's not in the first or second phone call, then don't waste your time with it. Move on. Why can't you FaceTime me? Okay. Right. So that's one of the main things. And then don't go in it when it comes to dating in general. Don't go in it with, oh my God, this person is going to be my spouse. Absolutely. Go in it with having a good time. Go in it with, you know what? I'm going to date Mike. I'm going to see how Mike roll. And if we click, and we're going to get together. I mean, if I was a year younger and he was a year older, but that's not the case. So you just go in it with that open mind of just having a good time. So, yeah, I mean, that's the basis of what I would say. And when it comes to dating in general, you already know, you better know who you are before you start talking to anybody because you're going to keep messing it up. Yeah, that's what I would say as far as that goes. But I love social media. I have met so many amazing, wonderful people. It's causing me to move because nobody's close to me. So I'm moving so I can be close to these people. And I already told them.
You're going out there in the ATL closer to the
going to the A. Is that the right? Am I doing it right? Are you really? Yes. I was just there this weekend. So I'm moving. One of my girlfriends I met off of social media. When I tell you she is amazing, she has pulled up everything, really, jobs, places to live, just here. And all I gotta do is make the phone call. Like, it's been amazing. So hopefully at the end of this year, because like I'm here by myself and it's just me and the dog, and I want to be closer to friends. And then I've met so many people. She's like, I've been living in Atlanta for God knows how many years, and I don't know half the people you know in Atlanta. I was like, I mean, social media. I mean, men,
Right.
women, and the crazy thing, I'm not dating all of them. There's
Yeah.
some fine ass girl. I met 2 fine ones from Atlanta, and it's not even like a romantic thing yet.
Right.
No, that was a
Right.
joke.
Yeah.
Uh, but I mean, and everybody's just so nice, and I do feel like whatever energy you put out is the energy you receive back. So
Yes.
so I'm loving it. Everybody's wanting to help. So yeah, just enjoy it. I love this. I love social media.
Right.
It's the best thing that's happened to me in a while.
And if I can just add this to what you were saying, Six, and Mike, this is primarily because of what I just recently learned. Like, I feel like there should be like somebody needs to do a catfish show for people like of a certain age. Okay. And I wish I could have told my family member this. Not everyone. It's very similar to this. I'm gonna liken it to another scenario. My mother goes on Facebook, and every ad that she sees, she believes is real. If they say that Oprah just developed some new gummy vitamins that made her lose all her weight, and somebody photoshopped the vitamins in the Oprah hand, Mama gonna believe it, and she gonna be like, Raquel, can you get me these vitamins? Okay. And I was like, Oprah did not make those vitamins. She's like, but it's in her hand. And you show me the picture, and it's very clearly Photoshop, right? She don't see it. Okay? She don't even, it doesn't even compute. She's like, people can't lie like that. The man had on a doctor coat in the picture. Mama, please. Anybody can put on a stethoscope and a doctor's coat and take a picture, okay? I need you to please be like, I need you to get with time.
Wow.
But like in that same vein, because people can be gullible to things that they are presented with online, and they don't think that people are apt to lie to them, or would tell them an untruth. Please don't be gullible. Everything that a person tells you is not necessarily the truth. And you have to take the time to really know people and do your due diligence. Also, please know that there is such things as Photoshop. Look at what a Photoshop picture looks like. Y'all, I swear to you, if it wasn't so fresh, I would show y'all. And one day I hope that I can. I'm just trying to let it not be as fresh. You know what I mean?
Did the person watch the show? Is that why?
They don't, but I don't know if they will, stumble upon it like soon. And I know it's still a fresh thing. And there's still a little bit I imagine there has to be a little bit of embarrassment or discomfort with knowing that you didn't recognize something like this. You know what I mean? But one day I hope to be able to show y'all this picture, because when I tell you that to us,
I've seen the picture.
Right, you've seen it. To us who know what Photoshop looks like, we never would have even been like, we wouldn't have had a question. We would have been like, you must think I'm crazy. But when I tell you she didn't recognize it, it's because she has not had enough exposure to social media and social media situations and what that looks like. And because of that, she took it as, this person seems really endearing. They seem like a nice person. They have to be telling me the truth. And people will fool you on social media just as well as they will in person. And you have to do your due diligence in both situations, just as much as you would want to know a person's background. And just because you ask a person a question about their background does not mean they're telling you the truth. You can ask them what job they do. They can lie. They can ask you. You have to take the time to really get to know a person before you assume that everything, just do your due diligence, because not everybody has your best intentions at heart. And take the time to really know people.
The biggest thing that you just said there, pay attention to detail. That is so important. Pay attention to detail. Listen to what they're saying to you. Like, I've met people, and a good way to tell a catfish, I'll meet them and they'll say that they're in my area. But then once we start chatting, but right now I'm stationed in X, Y, and Z. But then why didn't you just say from the get-go I'm stationed in? So that's not even the worst part.
Right.
I had one guy, we had been talking for several months. And I asked him about FaceTime, and he was in the military under a special assignment, and he could not FaceTime. And I was like, okay, so I'm knowing this is a catfish, but I'm gonna play along for a little bit. And he continues on. We talk, and I'm like, okay, I'm entertaining him, because at this point I'm talking to other people anyway. So when they were talking, and I said, it really would be nice if I could see your face. And he says, well, you know what? We've been talking long enough. Let me get some information I can send to you. And then I have to get information from you to give to my colonel or whatever. I don't know nothing about military. And they're going to okay it so that we can FaceTime, because what I do in the military, and now I'm thinking to myself, I know a lot of people from the military. I ain't never heard no shit like this, but I'm going to play along with his game because I want to see where this goes. Yeah. So anyway, he sends me an email, gets my email address. He sends me an email, and this email, I go to it and I open it up and I'm reading, and it says, if you want to speak to X, Y, and Z, you have to send $700. At that point, I stopped reading the email. So I go to call him back and I said, so who's paying this $700? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I said, well, in the email it stated something about $700. Who's paying that? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. Send me the email back so I can read it. Cool. So I sent him the email back and he was like, oh, wow, they changed it. I didn't know. And I said, well, you guess what? I'm cool with not seeing you. And I never talked to him again. Yeah. But it's just those little things. Some people would have done that.
Right.
If somebody's in the military, people, you ain't got to pay to see them.
No.
I don't give a shit what type of assignment they're under. They can be guarding the president himself. That is false information. Right. Anytime they ask for money, please understand, a man, let me say this. A man who is a true man, who wants a real relationship, or even the ones that's trying to just lay with you, is not going to ask you to send them money.
No.
Period.
Also, if the story sounds too good to be true,
it is.
Likely it is. You did not meet your multi-millionaire tycoon boyfriend on Plenty of Fish.
Right.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That part.
The tycoons are not on Plenty of Fish.
No,
okay, they have hired a woman to find them somebody else. They've hired one of those high-end dating, like matchmaking people to find them a girlfriend. The tycoon is not on Plenty of Fish. I cannot say this enough. Okay, record producers are not on Plenty of Fish. All right. They have a mansion and 6 cars. They're not on Plenty of Fish. Okay?
They're not.
If it sounds too good to be true, it is probably because it is.
Yep.
So this is one this one video. I gotta find that shit. I wish I could find it right now. The guy is on a date with this woman, and you've probably seen it. And it's a catfish thing to me. This shit was hilarious because it's based off of the Hatfish. The dude had all this black hair, whatever the case is, right? He out on a date, him and the woman having a great time. And the guy serving him his drink, and he accidentally spill it on him and take the thing and wipe his head because he had to, and he wiped all the black paint off his head. And he was bald, like he was nothing but bald under there. And the woman looking at him like, oh, like that. Now they staring at each other. Can you imagine this date is going amazing? And somebody spill water on you and accidentally and try to wipe the water off.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he just standing there. I laughed so goddamn hard because they were just staring at each other. She looking at his head, he looking down like major disappointment. So half his head is black, and this little part of his head is wiped off and clean and bald. Like
craziness.
So that's a thing too. I know I've heard of people that has told people, oh no, I got my hair, I got this, I got that.
Yeah.
Don't got no hair at all.
Yeah.
I've heard a story of my job where somebody got a hair thing or whatever the case is. He had hair implants.
Mm-hmm.
But Friday he was bald, and Monday he had hair implants.
Yeah.
I don't judge nobody about it, but he lied to people like, "Oh yeah, I took these pills and something, and it made my hair grow." And I'm just like,
you don't got a lot of kicking.
I know, right?
I wouldn't be mad at you because you got a hair implant. Okay, do what you got to do, sir.
I mean, it don't matter. Like, why? My thing is, nobody cares. Okay, why did you lie about it?
We don't, right? We don't even care, y'all. We don't
like
care.
You pour fucking water on it and a chia pet like joint happened or some shit and just blew out of nowhere. Like, no. Right. So you know what I'm talking about.
That
Rachel.
part. Right. That part.
They can voice over for videos call as well with an AI. Yeah.
True.
They call up sounding like me on the phone, like, oh my God. I'm never gonna
First day
Whole
you
time.
finish. That's
sound
funny.
like fucking he sound like
Now
a
I'll
little
put on some
punk.
makeup, but y'all please also another advice, men and women, don't let the filters fool y'all.
Please, Lord have mercy.
And you
know what
show up
filter
raw
you see
dog
one.
face, damn.
When I tell you a filter can change a person's whole appearance, be careful.
And do.
That's all.
And men use filters too.
True, and if every single picture / video has one of those heavy filters that got people looking like cartoon face, please proceed with caution. Now I know we got some filters I don't like. They might polish us up a little bit. They give us a little bit of a nice polish, got to clear up our skin a little bit. We might need that every once in a while. We might be having a bad skin day. I get it. But it's those heavy duty filters, them heavy duty ones that make you look like you was just airbrushed into the picture. Proceed with caution.
That bomb ass
filter. If you you were cartoon drawn into the picture.
Now it's that one filter, right? Who page was I on? I was on somebody's page. I ain't gonna call it out because that person knows exactly who she is in the comments. They did the picture with like that face where it make you look like extra. I'm like, it makes it like it and enhances it to the T to the point where you look like fucking Fabio or some shit like that. Your face, like, and I'm saying, looking at this picture, I'm like, I know y'all motherfuckers is looking like handsome Squidward right now, right? Y'all all look like
the low glamour filter.
Yeah, that one, the glamour one. I'm like, y'all look like handsome Squidward right now.
Right.
I ain't being a hater. I'm just saying, like, y'all do what y'all do, but that handsome Squidward is on point right now.
CC, me too. I listen, CC. I every once in I need an enhancement every once in a while too. Now, don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
I like them enhancements, but I just don't want to look like somebody just airbrushed me into the picture. I don't want to like one of them airbrush t-shirts that they do like at the carnival where they do like the air. I don't want to look like that. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yep, raw dog. That's wild behavior. You just see me.
When you look like, you know, the ones that completely blurred everything. It's almost like your nose is almost vanished because it's blurred out all your features. Those are crazy. When, you know what else is, this is like a whole other thing and people can do it. And I didn't even realize they could do it to this extent. I've seen, because my niece and my sister have been very heavy in the pageant world and system. We have been ever since I was a teenager, and I've competed in pageants in the past and all that kind of stuff. People now can Photoshop a picture so much that you don't even look like the same person you are in real life.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like you can Photoshop and shrink your nose. I have. I'm gonna try to make sure I say this right so people will know who I'm talking about. I know a person who used to Photoshop their pictures so much I didn't even recognize their body no more. Like,
oh wow,
I just saw you the other day. When did you get skinny? Like, what? I literally just saw you the other day, and now you're skinny. How did you lose so much weight in your face and your body is built like you? I literally just saw you. I saw you with my own 2 eyes in person. And your post today, you a skinny person.
I gotta put this picture up here because, like I told you, the catfishes in social media is the funniest part of social media, but the most annoying and dangerous part of it because you don't know who the fuck you talking to half of the time. But like I said, if you motherfuckers look like this nigga right here, I'm gonna say this picture. Hold on, I'm just moving as fast as I possibly can. But where is that? Waiting for it to load up now. You see this shit right here? That's what that shit look like to me. That's what that shit look like.
Listen, it does because it gives you a very chiseled, strong jawline. The Bold Glamour filter, like it to me, it makes me look manly. I don't want my face to look that strong. My jawline to look that strong.
Right.
Yes,
And some of
CC.
y'all
When
be
did you
rocking
get
that
skinny?
joint every day of the week. I'm like, hey, come on, man. Like, you really want to look like this every day of the week? Cool.
Yes. When did you
Wow.
get skinny? When did you get skinny? I literally just saw you 2 days ago. How are you skinny now?
Just pumping them steroids in his body. But all right. So look, I guess we could do a little bit of I'm trying to figure out the fucking words to say. A little bit of Six, promote what you do, Six. 'Cause we at the end of
Yes.
this stuff. Let's promote what you do. I'm forgetting the word promote.
I don't have my halo. I don't have my halo with me. I left my halo on TikTok. I set it
think
down
you
on
do
my
it
way
Freaky
out.
Friday.
Me too, CC. I'm gonna find my angles. I know my angles now.
So what I do on TikTok, like I said, is my just wind down. I don't have to be in a whole adult, right? But we did come up with a What Men Want Monday. So many times on social media and different platforms, I got sick and tired of hearing conversations about men being no good, women being no good, all the negativity in dating, the negativity in people in general. So I'm all about positivity. I love to laugh and have a good time, make people smile. So we came up with the idea of What Men Want Monday. And this is just a platform where men, we talk about everything. We've talked about health, going to the mental health, physical health. We'll ask a dating question and just get their opinion. I've learned a lot. It's very educational because the men open up and just like they be dropping gems like crazy. And then on Wednesdays, it's What Women Want Wednesday. So sometimes I'll take whatever questions that we had on Monday and we'll flip it on Wednesday so we can hear both sides of it. And the purpose of having the separate panels is that way the men can actually listen to us and we can listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
I try to on Men Monday just kind of moderate. Sometimes I'll sit there and they just talk, and it's really good to see our men just coming together, and even when they don't agree, it's not like an argument. It's like, well, I don't feel that way. So to have the adult conversation. Now, after we do that, so Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I don't have a filter. On those days, I don't like using the word nasty, but let's just say it gets a little heated. We talk about everything. We've talked about oral. We've talked about a little bit of everything. And sometimes it gets into details. So what I started doing was subscription only lives. And so now you have to subscribe. So once or twice a month, I close it out. And if you're not a subscriber, you don't get it. Well, we did do a live this past Saturday night, I think it was, subscribers only. And we kind of talked about how we perform such said oral activities. So the subscription lives we give a little bit more detail. We drink a lot. So, people get drinking, they start talking and saying stuff yeah. So it's really fun. And the people that I've been blessed to be surrounded with are fun. Adults love to have a good time. There's no arguing. There's no disagreements. We don't do the drama. I don't care about what problems you had. Don't come in my live with crazy stuff of so-and-so over there talking about so-and-so. I don't give a damn.
Right.
Come in there, let's just get nasty. Let's talk about adult stuff. Let's have the guys take their shirt off. Mike, I haven't gotten him to take his shirt off yet. I'm working on it.
Wait, Mike, why won't you take your shirt off?
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Mike, Mike, just take it off.
No.
Okay.
Why you got a friend like that though? I mean,
right. Why you gotta be?
So we have a good time. And like Christmas, just tell this a little bit. Christmas, I had over 6,000 people come to my live Christmas Day. I had 4 men in the box with no shirts on for like 3 hours. It was the best Christmas gift I could have ever asked for. And so, yeah, so we just have fun. We have a good time. So, yeah, follow me on TikTok. One day I'm going to get Mike's shirt off. One day.
Oh, God, I can't.
The subscriber lives of lit. That sound like never mind.
Yeah.
Little freaky deaky lives.
So,
anyway,
so we just have a good time.
I feel you. listen, shouts out to you six for coming through and hanging out with us. The next one up now is What Women Want Wednesdays.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to hearing their topic and what they're talking about and everything. Because just like the men sit back and have the chance to talk, the women now have a chance to talk, and the men got to sit in the comments and just embrace and enjoy the conversation. So
very educational. I learn something every time. So
yeah, you got to.
And Mike always comes to hang out.
Yeah, even though I'll be working.
But it's good. It's just adult conversation. Have you ever just wanted to sit in a room and have an adult conversation? And it's no arguing. Yeah, like literally nobody's going, well, I don't agree with that. It's like, well, I don't necessarily. That's fine. It's a no judgment zone. That's what I tell everybody. Don't yuck anybody's yum. You don't like the way they do that. That's fine. Don't tell them they're wrong. You do you. Tell me what you do. So we focus a lot on self instead of pointing our finger at other people. So it's pretty cool.
Grown ass conversations. I like grown conversations. I ain't saying I don't like other conversations. I like everything. But am I going to choose? What would I choose? I would choose to use my mind a little bit more instead of just kind of just sitting there and just. But then also like the fun stuff too. I like
things, but go ahead.
Yeah, I like the little bit of feistiness in certain lives and stuff like that, and the fun fights or the what do you call it, or the comedy sessions that some people be having, or game sessions, or whatever it's going to be. I enjoyed everything. I'll stop in for all of it. But I just don't sit in lives that was like probably about like if we get too political, oh hell no. I am not going to say it because it's going to be like, nope, can't do it. Nope.
Yeah. I don't do politics or religion.
Yeah.
And I'm a very religious person, believe it or not. But people argue about stuff like that. And what I'm not going to do is question your religion. I'm not going to question your politics. Because at the end of the day, we all still go to work and we all pay bills. It doesn't matter what your status is, whatever. You still got to work. So I don't do any of that stuff. Sex is the only thing that very few people are going to argue about sex. Very few people. Like, you're not going to have many people that's like, I don't like doing that. That's not happening. So this is why I chose that subject. Everybody's doing it, or some of us are not doing it and want to do it, but everybody wants that. Everybody wants to do it. Some people are not as vocal as I am, and that's okay. But some people have become vocal because they've been given the space to be vocal. But anyway.
All right, cool. All right, well, listen, y'all know where to follow everybody. I'll make sure I put this stuff back up here. Follow Six on her platforms, all that good stuff. TikTok, not a size 6. She had to make the hearts happen. She had to. And then she's dancing. Well, I got videos if you want to dance, anyway. Not a size 6. And like I told you, me and Basic, we met each other last year. That was fun. I got to hang out with him Halloween time and do some fun stuff then. So I feel like we should just did a show there. We kind of did, but it was too much dancing and having fun. And then we was late as hell going out. We didn't go out till 12 o'clock. Who does that? We do that, obviously, because we old as fuck. So follow Basic on her platforms right there. Just _basic_Lee. And then me making the scene on all my shit. I'm actually going to get off of here and play my game. So go ahead and y'all want to join me over on the Tiki Talk Live. I'm going to go play this game for about an hour, even though I should probably eat. But fuck food. I'm going to play a game.
Excuse me?
I know. I said it because I know people will react to it.
I was going to say, what?
No, I'm going to get something to eat first, and then I'm going to come back. And
the fucking part
that sounds right. That sounds right.
I have chicken and stuff that I made, and it's going to taste so good.
Well, I'm gonna go live. I'm be doing my hair. So
you doing your hair live?
Hell no. One thing you won't ever see is this is the worst you're gonna see my hair. Okay.
No. I thought when you said it, you was like, I'm going to do my hair when I go live. I guess you're just gonna have a panel of people. They're going to talk, and then you're going to be dipping up doing your thing. So
I'll have my green screen up, so I'll be a part of the conversation. They won't see me. I'll see them.
I got one for you, 6, because I put it up there. if you're gonna do a 6'6", it's gonna be looking like this when she done with that hair. You know what I mean?
That
Slick
part.
back a little bit.
Oh,
You
my
know what I
man.
mean?
Yes.
But all right. Well, y'all go ahead. Y'all have fun. All that good stuff. I'll leave y'all with a good message. Make sure that y'all checking us out. Hopefully, people that's in here, be for Barkers, and then we can do our TBC Tuesdays. Y'all can back out if y'all want, but I'm gonna show this game highlight again. I always show it because it's fun. But y'all can back out if y'all choose. But sit for this little game highlight, and the stream will be ended as soon as this game highlight is over. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna step out. Have a great time, y'all. Enjoy.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
thank you.
Out. Get the fuck out.
Yo!
Chaz about to get fucking snuck.
Oh my god. We about to watch it. Oh, no.
Go. Just get out. Just get out. Oh my god.
Now if he come kick that fucking door in.
Chaz, go. Just get out. That's an emergency exit. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Shaking over the door. Motherfucker shaking over doors.
Chaz the MVP! Chaz is the fucking MVP, yo! Oh my god!